Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on Little's Law YouTube channel. So today we are in the day 2 of Hashicorp Terraform Associate Certification. And before we move on to today's video, let me give you a quick recap. So in case if you have missed my previous video, please do check in my playlist. And here's a quick recap about the previous video on day 1. So we have discussed about what is infrastructure as code. So infrastructure as code involves managing and provisioning computing infrastructure through machine readable script files, and it aims to automate infrastructure setup and management for efficiency, scalability and reproducibility. And then when it comes to the infrastructure as code tools, software solutions enabling the implementation of infrastructure as code, and it allows defining and managing infrastructure configurations using code for consistency, version control and collaboration. And then when it comes to Terraform, so Hashicorp's infrastructure as code tool for provisioning and managing infrastructure, and some of the key features are they are human readable configuration files where the declarative language for easy to read configurations. And then the next key feature is the infrastructure lifecycle management, where it manages the entire lifecycle including creation, updating and destruction. And then it supports multi-cloud, where it manages infrastructure across various cloud platforms. And when it comes to state management, it maintains a state file for tracking current infrastructure status. And finally, when it comes to the version control integration, configurations can be committed to version control for collaboration and history tracking. So now we are on the day 2, and today we are going to see about managing any infrastructure. So Terraform plugins called providers. So before that, let's move on to the slide 1. So here you can see about the Terraform. So here today in this video, we're going to completely see about managing infrastructure with Terraform. So in our previous video, we saw about what is Terraform and why do we need it and what are their features. And in this video, we will see what is managing infrastructure with Terraform. So the first thing is the Terraform plugins providers. So these Terraform plugins known as providers enable Terraform to interact with various cloud platforms and services through their APIs, which we call as application programming interfaces. And their role is to provide these providers serve as the bridge between the Terraform and the external services, allowing Terraform to create, update and manage resources in those services. So as I say, this Terraform plugins providers role is to act as a bridge between Terraform and the external services, and the purpose is to create, update and manage the resources in those services. So and we move on to the next management of the infrastructure. Here comes the extensive provider ecosystem. So the first thing is number of providers. So Hashicorp, the company behind Terraform, along with the Terraform community, has developed and maintains over 1,000 providers. And when it comes to the supported platforms and services, so these providers cover a wide range of platforms and services, including but not limited to Amazon Web Services, Azure, Google Cloud Platform, Kubernetes, Helm, GitHub, Splunk and Datadog. So these are the very major and the market dominant products, and Hashicorp, the Terraform, supports these platforms. And then finally, when it comes to the Terraform registry, so the Terraform registry is the central repository where you can discover and access these providers, and it serves as a hub for sharing and reusing configurations. And then when it comes to the next slide, so the examples of supported platforms. So as I have already told you in my previous slide, the Amazon Web Services. So Terraform can manage Amazon Web Service resources such as EC2 instances, ES3 buckets and more. When it comes to Azure, the providers for Azure allow Terraform to handle resources in the Microsoft Azure cloud environment. And then when it comes to the Google Cloud Platform, which is GCP, so GCP providers enable Terraform to interact with and manage resources in Google Cloud. So next, when it comes to the Kubernetes and Helm, so Terraform supports managing Kubernetes clusters and Helm charts, and the GitHub, one of the market leading repositories, so GitHub. So Terraform can automate the setup and configuration of GitHub repositories and organizations. And then finally, when it comes to the Splunk and Datadog, so providers for monitoring and logging services like Splunk and Datadog allow Terraform to integrate and manage related resources. Let's move on to the next slide, which is the Terraform registry. So the purpose of the Terraform registry is a centralized hub for finding, sharing, and collaborating on Terraform modules and providers. And when it comes to the discovery, users can explore the registry to find providers for platforms and the services they need. And when it comes to the community contributions, the registry is a community-driven platform and users can contribute their own modules and providers. And finally, let's move to the last slide, which is the writing custom provider. So the first thing is the flexibility. So if a specific provider is not available in the registry, users have the flexibility to write their own custom providers. And when it comes to the API interaction, this involves defining how Terraform interacts with the APIs of the target service. And then the reusability. So custom providers can be shared and reused within organizations or the broader Terraform community. So finally, a quick summary on today's video. So Terraform's use of providers allows it to manage a diverse range of infrastructure resources across various platforms and services, and providing users with flexibility, scalability, and a vibrant ecosystem for collaboration and sharing through the Terraform registry. So if a specific provider is not available, users have the option to create their own custom providers. So with that, we come to an end. So until I meet you in our next video, it's Bhavya from Vasan Shanmugam and Little Star. Please don't forget to subscribe to our Little Star YouTube channel. Bye.